Hi, I am Professor Calico Vargas, Visiting Assistant Professor, as well as the MSW Field Coordinator at CSUP. This is spring 2021, and my hope is to create a video or a series of videos to help navigate Tevera, which is our system for everything field, pretty much. So without further ado, I want to share my screen and just show you that if I start at my staff login page, if you're on the regular CSUP homepage and you go to the search engine, you are going to just want to search social work. Sorry about that. And here we go. The social work page comes up, click on it. And when you're on the social work page, you will see field practicum. So you're going to click on that. Then you can scroll down. You see there's information for BSW, MSW, field coordinator next steps, and then at the bottom, a link to Tevera, as well as your MSW field manual down here. And so I'm going to click on the Tevera link. Now you will log in with your email address and whatever your password is to get into Tevera. And then this is what it will look like for students. This little symbol up here is your email. So you can see if you click view all, what it's going to look like. Let's see if I can go back. I can compose a message. Another option that I have is composing a note. Okay. Another option is to compose a task. So all good things. Here's where you can attach documents related to the task. So that being said, I'm going to click out of there. If I go over here to this little 4 square, it gives me tutorials I can take. And this is what you're going to want to do to get started. What you'll learn: how to complete your profile, how to personalize Tevera experience, how to get help when you need it. Click on show details, and then you're just going to be able to start, with each one going.
Welcome to Tevera. In this video, you will learn the basics.
Okay, so that is the tutorial for their timesheets. You're going to need to use those weekly to track what you're doing, and they have videos and articles. Then your assignments show details, video and article, and site placements, what you can learn about those, the basics. Okay, let me click out of there. So if I click on the clock button, this is going to show me pretty much a timesheet for the week. The week is up here. I'm going to be, as you can see, saying where I spent my time during this week, what I was doing in the field. Okay. And what happens is more actions. You can view and track your progress. Edit a repeating time. So good information here for you. When these are completed, they do need to be signed by yourself, and then they go to your field instructor, and then they will go to your field liaison. So it's important to remember the field instructor is your social work supervisor in the field, the person who's giving you those supervision hours and kind of answering questions for you on the job. If there's no one at your site who is the field instructor giving you those supervision hours because you don't have a social worker with an MSW and 2 years experience or more, then you will probably have a task supervisor on your site, and they will not be getting involved with Tevera. It will still be your off-site field instructor. Your field liaison is the person teaching your field practicum seminar courses. So Let's take a look here at an example of a weekly timesheet report. Okay. This is how the student's tracking the log. This is what you're going to have to sign and fill out. Pick your program. Everything is pretty much already in there for you, so you're really just using the drop-down menu, okay? So when it's all filled out, you send for signatures, okay? And that's where you're going to have your first field instructor, then field liaison sign off on these. Let's look at the MSW learning plan. Okay, if I open that up, this is what it's going to look like. It is something that I need to do within, the first few weeks of school starting. It does not have to be much more than what your plans and intentions and hopes are for field this semester, okay? So the learning goals are here, the practice behaviors, you can see the competencies. Then beside it for the learning goal, learn relevant policies, regulations, and laws that guide practice at micro, meso, and macro levels. Talk with your field instructor, and you're gonna come up with some activities that you hopefully will be able to do during your field placement time to just line up and put on the side of the learning goals in the activity section, all the way down through competency 9, okay? And then it's going to be a student signature, so you're going to click on that. You can actually, I believe, fill this out by putting in your, I think you can, just type in your password if you don't want to sign it, okay? And then it's going to go on to the field instructor. They'll sign it, turn it in, field liaison, they'll sign it, turn it in. If you want to finish it later, click finish later, okay? Now let's go back to that same learning plan and let's look at putting our signature in. Okay, and then submit, okay? Signer 1, let's say that's Mr. McFadden. Let's say signer 2 is me, and I submit. All of a sudden, the information from the MSW learning plan is submitted fully and transfers to the next MSW final learning plan and evaluation. So if I do go back and try to make changes, I'm going to get this message. Are you sure you want to make changes? This will remove your signature. No, it will show up over here and you can open and look over the information found here. Every activity you've listed will transfer into your final document, and there's a space in the final document for you also to have comments and things by the supervisor, the field instructor, final overall ratings for the competencies here, and this really needs to be filled out well. We really want you to expand the boxes, make sure you're getting very detailed. Some instructors may ask you to put dates of the activities. Some instructors might just ask you to check in weekly and, kind of recap things that you've done. But we want to be very thorough on this, and this is what the CSWE accreditation people will be looking at when they come and review our school. So I can finish it later every time until I'm done at the end when I'll submit for signatures again. You can find all of your different forms in here: resume, the acceptance contract, the field application, checklist, program acceptance letter. So a lot of information. Here on the little clock, we're back to timesheets. And here we are back to the tutorials. Here, welcome student. This is where you're going to start your tutorials. You can find your timesheets simply by clicking there. You can learn more about site placement by clicking here, and assignments again by clicking here. So it's pretty self-explanatory. I will say that for the MSW program, our generalist students are looking at 16 hours a week in the field and hopefully touching a little bit on all competencies. If you're having trouble understanding how what you're doing fits in with some of the competencies, please talk to your field liaison and field instructor about that. If you are an advanced standing student, you're looking at about 18 hours a week in the field. And the first steps for this semester will be to fill out your learning plan and your safety in the field plan with your field liaison. The work will be done by you and your instructor, but it's going to need to be turned into your field liaison as part of the course. And then you will also find within the first 5 weeks, you're going to have to schedule a site visit. That site visit can happen on Zoom. It can also happen in person. It's just kind of dependent on what's happening with COVID right now. Then you're going to have a midterm check-in, which is another form that you'll find in the assignments area. It literally says midterm check-in. I don't see one here. Oh, here it is. So this is an example of the midterm check-in. That's going to happen around week 7, you and your field instructor. After the midterm check-in, there will be one more time that your field liaison will touch base with you and your field instructor. And the final step is going to be completing that learning plan. So this is how we kind of keep things rolling in the program. If you have any further questions, don't hesitate to ask. You can reach out to me. You can reach out to your field instructor. I hope that this video will be helpful, and we will talk to you soon. Best wishes this semester. Take care.